Yeah, the way the glassless 3D works is to create a barrier which blocks off the left and right eye, which anybody watching can do by themselves by holding their finger up and just doing this. What we do is take that away from the eyes and onto the glass, which creates a barrier. You can do it in two ways, one with a stripe and one with a cell. Until now, everybody's used stripes, and we're the inventor of a cell barrier. Until now, it's been stripes that have been going off, left and right, left and right.
Yep.
By using cells, we occlude, or we hide less of the screen, and because we're doing it with much finer and a much finer way by using these small, tiny cells, and they're very, very small, by the way, we get a much crisper, cleaner 3D effect and much brighter.
We've just started to have demand for it from both the OEMs that we're working with and the developers. And as with everything in this market, the challenge for developers is when a new technology comes out, it always comes out in lots of different versions. So the developers need to figure out a cost-effective way to take their content and exploit it. So we've been working with a number of the OEMs to kind of optimize our environment in order to take account of that and give them an easy way of delivering their 3D content. Our SDK really nails that problem. In fact, quite a few of the sort of deals we've announced recently have been purely for Android. So we recently announced a deal with Korea Telecom, which is to provide an SDK to developers in Korea to enable them to develop content across their Android devices. Because one of their concerns was actually getting device level compatibility is challenging. We managed to build that into our SDK, so you do literally have one build which runs on all the different Android devices.
Well, first, let me answer there, is it a gimmick? And the truthful answer is, yes, it was a gimmick. When the amount of 3D you could get was not very much, and when the 3D you did get wasn't always good, it was certainly a gimmick. But that's changing. And it's changing because, first of all, the technology that enables it is so much better than it used to be, and because the people that are going to generate the future content are going to be users themselves. And so I think that the cat's out the bag, the technology is now here, and what we've seen is nothing compared to what's going to come along in the future. So it was a gimmick, and now it definitely is not.
Everything, certain content will lend itself better to 3D than other content. I mean, it's very interesting. There's a debate out in the gaming industry about casual versus, if you like, deeply immersive gaming. And one of the problems that the surveys have shown is that casual gamers are by and large people who don't play that many games, find the imaginative leap that they need to take to navigate around a 3D world presented on a 2D screen is quite extreme, and people feel put off by that.
Well, that's the more exciting part. The premium is modest. I mean, certainly far below $50 for a tablet, and about half that for a smartphone. And for most manufacturers, they're more than capable of building that into the cost of their devices. Well, for us, it's changed things a great deal because whilst for the most part a smartphone use case of 3D is going to be user-generated photographs and short video clips, on tablets it's going to be the movies themselves. And on the plane on the way here, I saw a number of people watching movies on their iPads, and to be able to do that and watch the movies in 3D is a natural progression from where they are today. So for us, it's a very exciting new sector.
The consumer's expectation is for their experience to run seamlessly across these devices, and that throws up a whole bunch of challenges. If you take your content and just take it from a smartphone and plonk it onto an iPad device, all sorts of things aren't going to be quite right. So you do have to kind of tune it to the device. But I think it's a good sign that consumer expectation is kind of leading the field now, and there's no doubt that consuming content on a tablet can be a much better experience than consuming it on a phone. But again, consumer habits will differ, use patterns will differ, and you'll see content responding to that.
Oh, that's a very good question, and one that actually we've been engaged with recently. Most producers and directors would like to be able to take their assets from a movie and transfer it straight through to a smaller screen. And we're in talks with most of them on helping to do that. In terms of the movie itself, if it's created digitally, that's pretty straightforward. If they want to then go and take the same assets to making a game of the movie, that takes considerably more work.